Hey guys, today we get to look at CoffeeZilla's side of the story. So again, we saw Logan Paul's side yesterday, and today we are going to look at CoffeeZilla's side, which is reply to response to motion and order on motion to compel. This is a lot. It shouldn't, 127 down. It should not surprise anyone that the legal fees are massive on both sides, and discovery is going to be a massive, massive legal bill at the end of it for both of them. Proposed order granting plaintiff's motion to compel upon consideration of plaintiff's motion to compel is hereby ordered that plaintiff's motion to compel production of communications to and from Harry Bagg and Ed Lansky is granted. Defendants Stefan and Coffee Breaks LLC shall promptly produce all communications from themselves and Bagg and Lansky relating to any defendant's YouTube videos concerning plaintiff or the CryptoZoo project. So that's where we left off, and now we have CoffeeZilla's side of it. Defendant reply in support of its motion for leave to take videotape depositions of Delivia, their brothers, and Kara and Clegg. Remember, these the brothers are in Portugal, I believe, and Kara and Clegg is in New Zealand. CoffeeZilla needs them as witnesses on the CryptoZoo issue, and they actually are important witnesses to him. He's still battling for whatever the reason these three people are important. They are important. They couldn't travel from Portugal to New Zealand, and from Portugal to San Antonio, and New Zealand, San Antonio. They wanted to do video depositions, which of course then Logan Paul didn't want to do. Logan Paul's suggestion was everyone fly to Portugal and everyone fly to New Zealand, which is a crazy expensive. Remember, we had this exact discussion when Logan Paul wanted to do depositions in Ohio and in New Jersey, and at that point, CoffeeZilla, he didn't want to spend the money. Obviously, it's very expensive to fly your lawyer anywhere, but to put on international flight, he's billing the whole time. I hope you guys understand that. He's billing every hour he's in the hotel. He's billing every hour he's on the airplane. That is how legal. If you are a lawyer and someone is willing to have you fly to them, they're willing to pay a massive legal bill for your time. Paul advances a procedurally improper attempt to establish an issue of foreign law while circumventing the requirement of Rule 44.1. Paul impromptly argues that the deposition of the victims would be illegal under Portuguese law. In doing so, Paul makes a procedurally improper attempt to obtain from this court a determination of the substance of Portuguese law. Yeah, so that's a very good point, is should this court in San Antonio be deciding what Portuguese law is? No. Portugal law decides what Portuguese law is. So, in fact, when you are trying to interview somebody in Portugal, and the case is about a plaintiff and defendant in the U.S., should U.S. law apply for depositions, right? Because the court does not understand Portuguese. You cannot expect the court to understand every law of every region. The central issue to this motion is whether, under the facts presented in this case, a remote deposition is permitted under Rule 30, and it is. The court may order that a deposition be taken via remote means when a non-resident deponent simply shows some financial or other hardship. I would definitely agree there is some hardship here. And if the lawyers need to fly out to Portugal, that would put hardship on CoffeeZilla. This is all a game of money. And unfortunately, especially during the discovery periods, I found there's a lot of stuff that happens. A lot of documents get posted. What I'm saying here is it becomes a massive, massive headache and the costs go up a ton because every person being depositioned can be depositioned twice in this case. Once by Logan Paul and once by CoffeeZilla. So Logan Paul will have his ability to counter depot the witnesses of CoffeeZilla and vice versa. The traveling component being that this is a crypto-based thing, is kind of the hinge. I mean, you can get really expensive really fast because crypto, like a crypto investment project like CryptoZoo, you would have customers from everywhere, every single place, and these customers would be contacting CoffeeZilla. So there is a kind of even an international element to this, as we're seeing, which complicates this case even beyond just, hey, a Puerto Rican citizen suing an American citizen, which is more complicated than U.S. suing U.S., of course. But here you have victims that are in all different countries, and whatever laws apply to them, should they apply to San Antonio court? Should the San Antonio court even think about, Portuguese law? Probably not, right? I don't know when the last time the judges read a book on Portuguese law. Probably not recently. Paul's opposition complains that defendants failed to demonstrate compliance with federal rules of Civil Procedure 28. Paul's argument, however, is premature and presupposes that CoffeeZilla will not or cannot comply with Rule 28B. The issue before the court is limited to whether the depositions can be conducted via remote means pursuant. So remote means would save CoffeeZilla a lot of money here. If he could also do remote for the dude in Ohio, the dude, there's another dude in the Netherlands. I think he's in like Ukraine or something. There's a lot of people from all over. If Logan Paul wins and the court decides, you know what, we do have to go to all these countries, wow. This case is just probably doubled in terms of how much money it would cost CoffeeZilla. And this is a Logan Paul strategy. Now, is there actually anything for Logan Paul to gain? I mean, maybe very minorly. He can stare him in the face, right, supposedly, and make him confess the truth, right? Oh, Coffee just told you. But in reality, there's not much. I mean, everything, when COVID happened, everyone had to do remote anyway. For these reasons, CoffeeZilla respectfully requests that court grant its motion, grant leave for the Olive. So he's trying to do the Zoom video conference. And this tells you, like, Logan Paul is fighting over things that you normally want to fight over, because this costs Logan Paul money too. Understand? So if Logan Paul had the same amount of money as CoffeeZilla, this would not be a good utility of assets and legal hours. But because Logan Paul has infinite or near infinite due to his prime entity drink and other stuff, he can kind of bully CoffeeZilla around. And I think that's what's happening. Money talks, right? You can bring up a lot of motions if you have money. Every motion Logan Paul brings up costs him money to do, and then costs him money to respond to, because it forces CoffeeZilla and costs CoffeeZilla money to respond to. Like, these lawyers are not operating on a flat fee. And I know they're not operating on a flat fee based on their behavior. Flat fee would be like, oh, just give me $200,000, I would cover the entire case. No, these lawyers are being paid per hour. It is in the advantage of both lawyers if their only goal was to get money, which I'm not saying it is, but I'm saying in a scenario where a lawyer's goal is to get as much money as possible, you just got motions galore. I mean, this is a ideal case for you, because Logan Paul is going to hit you with other we are not going to get to trial anytime soon. I can tell you that much based on the pacing and based on how many motions have been filed under which time period. We are not going to get to trial anytime soon. They're fighting over everything, including even like, can we remote in two witnesses from Portugal and one witness from New Zealand? Look at how many legal hours were spent on that one question, and then extrapolate that to every single question that could be asked in discovery. It's Logan Paul, man. He's got money, and he is really using it. Anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Bye, guys.